Hey there guys, gals, and my non-binary pals. How's it going? Rib right here, bringing you a new, long overdue video. This week's topic is idealization versus attraction. Basically, do I want to be them or be in them? As someone who identifies as pansexual, my journey from beginning to here has been a roller coaster. What sexuality I have identified as and the reasoning behind why has been a jumbled mess I didn't really gain any clarity on until I realized I was trans. And even then, it's been kind of a muddy subject that I struggle with from time to time. I'm not exaggerating when I say that I have come out on a large scale at least 10 times. But why was it such a struggle for me? Why did it take me so long to figure it out? Because I could not, for the life of me, figure out my feelings surrounding men. I've always known that I was attracted to girls. But the process of feelings for guys was tough because of the different levels of appreciation that I could feel for them. The first level was this basic acknowledgement that, hey, maybe that person is attractive, but I don't find them attractive. The second level of acknowledgement is that, oh yeah, I think I find that person attractive. And the third is this, hey, this person has some traits that I want. And it's mostly fairly easy to differentiate between A and B. And kind of easy to differentiate between A and C. But for whatever reason, the difference between B and C was where I had this strange mental disconnect. And for whatever reason, the difference between idolization or idealization and attraction became even harder for me as I got older, because I found myself wanting like facial hair, but also being really attracted to it. But as I got older and realized I was trans, I had this name to this problem that I was facing, and it kind of made it easier to tackle for me. Here's something that I've noticed, for me in particular anyway, about the idolization or idealization process. I tend to focus on specific things. Like, hey, I wish I had his height, his jawline, shoulders, whatever. Whereas a lot of the time, attraction is more of a vague picture than anything else. Now, how do I deal with this these days? Well, I recognize the traits that I personally want, but I also take in the qualities that the person has that I may or may not be attracted to. Like, I'm incredibly attracted to people with light hair and eyes and freckles, but I don't really want those features myself. So if I fixate on somebody with those features, I know that's attraction rather than me idealizing them as a person. As well, I tend to look at the butt a lot on people that I'm attracted to, male or female. So, looking at the butt behind of a nice looking guy, I know I'm probably more likely attracted to them than I am wanting to be them. But even before I was trans, this was a struggle because I could never figure out why, 1 plus 1 equaled 2, but it didn't equal 2. I would see these guys with features that I thought were appealing to me in an attractive point of view, but then I wouldn't, I would start talking to them and then I wouldn't necessarily be interested in them. I mean, granted, yeah, that's a pretty normal thing anyway, because, you get to know somebody, maybe their personality doesn't meld with yours. But this happened in cases where, like, I got along really well with these guys, but, like, I wasn't into them, And I think in a lot of cases, I just wasn't actually attracted to them. I was envious of them. I wanted these features that they had that I noticed. But, realizing I was trans helped a lot. It helped me focus on the areas that I tended to be envious of people, and it helped me realize the areas that I'm the most dysphoric of, and it helped me gain a lot of self-awareness of things that I was doing. But, like, I know now that if I see somebody and I only focus on the areas of them that I tend to be the most dysphoric of, like, I'm not a hairless guy, and I'm not like, I'm fairly hairy, but I still tend to be super envious of guys with a lot of body hair for whatever reason. So if I like fixate on something like that, or if I pay a lot of attention to their big hands or their big feet or their chest or whatever, I know I'm less likely attracted to them and more likely just super envious of them. And I mean, unfortunately, even when I am attracted to a guy, I tend to be super envious of all cis men. But that is a can of worms that I'm not going to be opening on this particular video. But yeah, so idealization versus attraction. I tend to focus on features that, for me in particular, are stranger for me to be attracted to, like the hands, the feet, you know, whatever. And if I'm actually attracted to somebody, I'm more likely to pay attention to like their butt or their lips or their eyes, because those are on women too where I go first, eyes wise, if I'm attracted to somebody. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz. And if you have any questions for me, leave a comment below. I'll link to that anonymous Sarahah app thing. I have another couple of videos that are coming out soon of me answering questions that people have sent out, so that'll be cool. Have a good week, guys. Bye. This week is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to be discussing